like against that kind of stuff. But with everything going on, she always gets her way, as everybody else knows, right? She always gets her way. So we do retirements so that way we honor our shipmates and thank them for the service that they provide, that they've given to their country and to us. So more and more retirements that I go to, it's kind of like, you know, you go to a lot of weddings at the beginning when you first get married, and it kind of progresses with all the other life events. Every retirement that I've done or I go to now, I think about my own. So it's
No.
So I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for the unit, everything you've done for me especially, the guidance, the friendship that we have, the hard conversations we've had, that you've come to me and called me out on things, the conversations I've had to have with you, and in the end, I mean, you're always there for me, so thank you. All right, so Chief went to boot camp in 2000. Where's Say? Say here. Say was born in 2000. Seaman Say, our new Seaman, was born in 2000.
Wow, that's awesome.
So that's cool.
Wherever he is, he owes somebody push-ups. Whoever is his supervisor.
So what company were you?
X-ray 156.
X-ray 156. All right. So Skipper was
Yankee 120.
There you go. So so she went to boot camp in Cape May. Decided. Well, it was decided for her that Koyu River would be a good place, a good station. If any people don't know where Q River is, it's all the way that way, out on the coast. Super small station, surf station. 44s. Had a lot of fun.
Also aging myself there, but that's all right. They were good times.
Did some cool stuff, and then decided she wanted to be a gunner's mate. Don't know why. Why did you decide you want to be a gunner's mate?
Honestly, or the politically correct one?
Honestly.
Because I was actually striking bosun mate, and the XO let it slip that he was going to keep me at the station for 6 years and make me stay there and do the Seaman to Surfman program. And I didn't join the Coast Guard to stay in one place for 4 years. So I looked at what else went underway on cutters and said, you know, gunner's mate looks like a good way to do it. And put my name on the list and pissed him off and was gone about a month and a half later.
So from there, she went to the Thetis down in Key West, Florida, and I actually about a year ago talked to one of her old shipmates. Got to hear some funny stories and some good things. That some of that stuff I'm just not going to share.
Thank you.
Then she went to Sector Seattle. Was it still a sector or was it a group?
It was group at the time.
There you go. So Group Seattle. It turned into Sector Puget Sound. So she's seen all these transitions from groups and sectors and 9/11 or 9/11, all that stuff. And then she ended up here, and has been here since 2013, which is a long time. The one thing about the PSU, a lot of us know this. You come here. Some people come here kicking and screaming, but then they leave kicking and screaming too. She's kicking and screaming about leaving us, but definitely not leaving. You know, she's happy about getting her weekends back and
I worked all weekend. It's the same.
so, but we, on the flip side, we're still texting her and calling her, and she's included on all our chief stuff, and it's always going to be like that. So.
I mean, you joke about it, but it was funny when I was thinking I needed to come here today. I was kind of dragging my feet, and I'm sitting there going, "Why am I dragging my feet? You know, this is supposed to be a good thing," and it makes it final, and that's hard. I got teary on my way here today. Do it now. This has been a great unit, a great group of people. Had some great memories with a lot of you guys, and it's going to be hard. It was hard knowing you guys were here this weekend, and I wasn't. Good folks, good mission. It's been a great part of my life, so thank you.
We're supposed to do that till the end.
Sorry.
It's your ceremony.
It could
it's
be
your
the
ceremony.
end, right?
You do whatever you want, right? All right. So, Skipper, any comments?
Retirements are always bittersweet because you don't necessarily want go, but something in your life may be encouraging you to go. And we didn't want you to go. And that was pretty clear. I think a lot of people had that same idea. But nurse anesthesiologist.
Yes, sir.
Master's program.
Yes.
And
Doctorate.
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 By the way, we all need to we need to congratulate Master Chief on getting her GED today. But taking on something new and big in the civilian life, congratulations to you. You will be missed. You've made a difference, and in that way, you're still providing examples to people in the unit and outside the unit. So I just want to say thank you, and it was a pleasure to be your SEAL. Thank you.
We got a couple of words, sir.
Excellent.
313, attention to awards. Citation to accompany the award of the Coast Guard Achievement Medal, Gold Star in lieu of a third, to Nicole M. Cimino, formerly Gunner's Mate, Chief Petty Officer, United States Coast Guard Reserve.
Oh, we're looking at the wrong person.
Chief Petty Officer Cimino is cited for superior performance of duty while serving as the Weapons Division Chief at Port Security Unit 313 in Everett, Washington, from April 2017 to June 2020. Serving in a critical leadership position, Chief Cimino was charged with leading the Weapons Division during the Coast Guard's modernization and transition from the basic pistol marksmanship course to a 4-phased firearms program, the largest overhaul of the firearms program in 30 years. Commissioned to improve unit firearms qualifications readiness, Chief Cimino developed an annual firearm training plan that facilitated over 40 small arms and crew-served weapons ranges, completing over 600 individual firearms qualifications. Demonstrating extraordinary technical expertise and employing her detailed knowledge of Coast Guard policy to proactively address documentation requirements and regulatory deficiencies, she ensured all weapons, ammunition, and pyrotechnic systems maintained a fully mission-capable status. Chief Cimino led the Weapons Division through 3 successful armory inspections where the team scored an outstanding or better in all categories and garnished accolades from Navy explosive safety inspectors for having one of the finest armories in the joint military environment. Chief Petty Officer Cimino's diligence, perseverance, and devotion to duty are most heartily commended and are keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Coast Guard. The operational distinguishing device is authorized. From Commandant to GMC Nicole M. Cimino, U.S. Coast Guard Reserve. Subject, letter of commendation. I note with pride and am pleased to commend you for your performance of duty while serving on the Joint Service Machine Gun Operational Readiness Team from 18 July to 17 August 2019. As a valued member of the Port Security Unit 313 Weapons Division, Chief Gunner's Mate Nicole Cimino is highly commended for her professionalism, expertise, and devotion to duty in preparation and execution of a combined machine gun, land-based boat course weapons range at Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington. Applying a wealth of technical knowledge and exceptional organizational planning, Chief Cimino coordinated team members from the Army's 1st to the 23rd Infantry, 1st to the 2nd Stryker Brigade Combat Team, and Coast Guard Port Security Unit 313, working seamlessly to tackle the logistical challenge of facilitating a joint service machine gun exercise. Constrained by suitable live fire ranges available in the region and the highly sought after and overutilized range facility at JBLM, Chief Cimino leveraged senior enlisted leadership resource with the Army's 1st to the 23rd Infantry, 1st to the 2nd Stryker Brigade Combat Team, making available the only M2HB live fire range at JBLM suitable for conducting the machine gun land-based boat course. Chief Cimino demonstrated exceptional creativity, perseverance, and unwavering devotion by deconflicting armed services policies, deficient staffing levels, and a restrictive timeline to gain certification prior to the 2019 Ready for Operations inspection. Overcoming restrictions to net explosive weight limits, Chief Cimino directed the Armory to collaborate with Coast Guard Force Armory Seattle for a same-day ammunition delivery. completing more than 336 staff hours of weapons qualification training, pre-fire instruction, and logistical coordination. The team ensured qualifications for 22 members on the M2HB and M240 Bravo, expending 5,000 rounds of A598 and A111 pyrotechnic ammunition. You are commended for your outstanding performance of duty. By your meritorious service, you have upheld the highest traditions of the United States Coast Guard. You are hereby authorized to wear the Commandant's Letter Commendation Ribbon Bar. The operational distinguishing device is authorized. For the Commandant, T.P. Bose, Commander, U.S. Coast Guard, Commanding Officer, PSU 313.
I don't believe on any of the stuff that we just wrote.
I'm pretty sure about it.
All right. So now the War Room and the Chief's Mess would like to present you with some tokens of our appreciation.
I'm afraid I'm gonna
Just Garrett.
I also have to note that Mrs. Bernard also got her MBA yesterday, so good job, you. I am not picking that up. So it's always hard to see somebody go, and I think you said it best when you said it's always bittersweet. She is moving on to some really, really big things, so I want to thank you on behalf of the entire Chiefs Mess. We had some real difficult conversations in that room, and I don't know if you guys know, she was always one of those people. There's certain people throughout the units that kind of always watch out for one another, and she was a really key player in keeping an eye out on every single person in this unit and really checking the pulse of things. So thank you so much. Thank you for always having the strength and the courage to step up and have those difficult conversations and check us when we're in the wrong. So, and you did a lot of the time, so thank you. Thank you so much. I want to hug you, this sucks. This is a very, very small token of your entire career. And when you look at a shadow box, I hope that you'll hang this on your wall and always look at us and know how much that we love you and everything that you did for us was just so, so special.
Thank you guys.
So, thank you.
I want to hug you. Seriously, have you guys gotten a chance to see it? If you haven't, come up. It looks amazing. Mr. Slowick was the mastermind behind that, and if you guys can hit him up when you retire to try and get a shadow box, I highly recommend it. Does everybody here know the history of shadow boxes? Anybody? Anybody? I won't say it if you guys raise your hands and say yes, we know it. If you don't know it, I'm going to tell you guys because it's very cool. All right. So shadow boxes. When sailors would leave the boat for the last time, it was bad luck for your shadow to hit the pier before you did, and so they would start using their trunks, their sailors' trunks, to carry their stuff and block their shadow as they were going down the gangplank to the pier for the last time. And that slowly transitioned into the shadow box, and a place to keep their memories and use it so that their shadow doesn't hit the pier before they do. I am here in civilian clothes. I get the pomp and circumstance of the military. I love certain aspects of it. This is just one of those things where you're like, holy shit, that's 20 and a half years. Mr. Slowick even got some destroyed weapons parts that were destroyed and properly disposed of, and put them in there that tell the history of my time. And thank you. And thank you. I know that it comes out of your guys' pockets, so thank you guys very much.
Tony? Yep. Or sorry, Mr. Slowick.
Two V's. So, one thing that the Chiefs Mess in the War Room does, and we've been doing it the last few years, probably the last 4 years, is we have been presenting our officers and chiefs, and typically it's more in a private fashion, with a token of our appreciation. So in gladiator days, gladiators were there to fight. They were there at all times of the emperor when they were called upon, and the only time that they were actually pardoned and they were put out, they were allowed to be on their own, is when they were handed a rudis, which is a wooden sword, and then they were freed person. So we've been doing this for the last 4 years. This is for Chief Cimino. It's on behalf of the Chiefs Mess in the Wardroom. You have been pardoned. We appreciate the battle that you have fought. You have been a noble warrior. It has been an honor to be by your side. I'm gonna get teary too, because so I got here in 2012. She got here in 2013. So we've seen our entire PSU time has been together, and we deployed together. I was fortunate enough to be her division officer, and I couldn't have had a better person to be running an armory during my time here. You made it easy on me. You educated me a lot on what it means to be a gunner's mate, what it means to run an armory, what it means to have a weapons program that you can be proud of. And I think that you have instilled that in everybody in the armory. So thank you. Appreciate
We had our little moment at the last range that we were at. And, you already know my feelings on what you have done to me as far as, that seems so bad when I say it, the amount of mentorship and leadership that you have given me. And when I got to this unit, I was a second, just making first, and you taught me everything I needed to know and learned so much from you on how to run that shop. And I could not, I would not be here if it wasn't for you. And this weekend was my first weekend running it without you. And I'd like to think it went really well. And the only reason it did is because of what you have taught me and the way you have guided me and learned me up on how to do that and run that armory. So hopefully it's got around and got a lot of signatures on it, but this isn't going to become close to express what we want to do.
I really hope you guys take a moment and enjoy your time here. I know this is hard on your lives. I know this is hard on your families. I do. I know it. But enjoy it, because it is going to end. And you're going to miss it. You really will.
A couple more things. We're almost done. All right, so gotta read something. This is the, well, yeah. So, good. That part.
From Commander Coast Guard Personnel Service Center to GMC Nicole Cimino, retirement orders. Your retirement after 20 years of service is approved in accordance with Title 14, U.S. Code Section 288. Please detach from all duties on 01 June 2020 and proceed to your home of selection.
Certificate of retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that Chief Gunner's Mate Nicole K. Cimino, having been retired in honorable service in the United States Coast Guard Reserve, is awarded this testimonial as an acknowledgement to duty faithfully performed during a period of over 20 years of service, done at Washington, D.C. this day, the 1st of June in the year of our Lord 2020. Carl L. Schultz, Admiral, United States Coast Guard, Commandant. We also have a certificate for Gabe. We were, and we're gonna get him flowers too.
Aww.
He's that kind of guy.
It's actually a box of ammo. He told me that a long time ago.
Right. So it's my honor to present Chief Gunner's Mate Nicole Cimino, United States Coast Guard, retired.
Woo!
I said it all.
All right. All right. So my point with seeing my own retirement coming is we've all been through milestones in our life, right? Getting married, having kids, and then you see your kids grow up, graduate from high school. You're seeing your peers. When you see your peers do that, it kind of puts it in perspective for you that your time's coming soon. So the one thing we should never do is don't wait till the end to tell somebody how much they mean to you and how much you've benefited from their service. We should be doing that right now. So take the time, do it for your shipmates. You know, make sure your shipmates know how much they mean to you. Do it now versus when they're leaving the unit or when they retire after 20 years. And I think we've all told you how much we love you the whole time that we've been around you. So just take the time. So with that, anybody have anything else?
We have refreshments.
We have refreshments. So thanks for coming out here, guys. It was like when Master Chief was at the range yesterday, or the other day. It was nice and sunny. So, all right.
No.
There you go.
Thank you.